Well, good afternoon, everybody. You having a good time? Think so here at the Samoset? I know I am. We're going to have some fun. We're going to give out awards today. We're going to have a great time. Let's see. So it's my privilege to welcome you to the MOA's 2023 Presidential Awards Luncheon. And due to a scheduled conflict, I will be the presiding person in place of Dr. Kaufman. So they had to search far and wide for a last-minute replacement, and that's me. I'm so glad to see many colleagues and friends in the audience today as we recognize the dedicated service of Maine DOs and present several of our very prestigious awards. And we've got people watching on Zoom from all over. A good friend of mine, Rick Snyder, who got the Distinguished Service Award a couple of years ago, he's on Zoom right now watching us, so coming all the way from Germany, so that's great. And as always, we thank our members for providing care to Mainers, and thank you for your bravery and dedication, particularly during that COVID thing. Oh boy. So let's see, we have, now I'm honored to introduce our many special guests who have joined us today. Please join me in welcoming the following. Dr. Ernest Gelb, he likes to go by Ernie, so he's corrected me 6 times already. Glad you could come here, Ernie, great. President DO, President of the American Osteopathic Association, and his lovely wife, Barbara. David Park, DO, yes, give him a round of hands, all right. David Park, DO, President of the ACOFP, and his wife, Susan. He hails from Montana, so thanks for making the trip. Thanks. We have Laurie Hillebrand and Christina Eisenhart joining us from the Advocates for the American Osteopathic Association. Thank you for coming. Vin Bonacore, Associate Dean of Recruitment, Student, and Alumni Services at the University of New England College of Osteopathic Medicine. We also have Guy DeFeo, DO, Associate Dean of the University of New England College of Osteopathic Medicine. Eric Steele, DO, the current president of the Maine Medical Association, and Andrew McLean, CEO of the Maine Medical Association. Thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate it. And a wonderful presentation we heard from Melissa Michaud, chair of the Maine Osteopathic Board of Licensure. So let's give a big hand for them. Go ahead, give me a hand, make them happy. All right, great. All right, let's see. We want to, probably the next slide for, okay, yes, okay, thanks. All right. So we'd like to recognize Medical Mutual Insurance Company for their outstanding commitment to the osteopathic profession as our preferred medical liability insurance company and for their generous support for sponsorship of this afternoon's luncheon. And please enjoy the chocolates. That's from the insurance company. Tastes good, right? Jillian's already eaten hers. All right, so the past presidents. There we go. Oh, wow. Am I in there? Yeah, I guess I am. All right. Recognition of past presidents. Today, I would also like to take a moment to recognize our MOA past presidents. I thank them for their leadership, commitment, and dedication to this organization. At this time, I'd like to ask the past presidents and attendants to stand and be recognized. Stand, please, past presidents. Thank you for all your hard work as past presidents of the Maine Osteopathic Association. Yes. And a lot of them were there at the Past President's Council that we had yesterday, and we celebrated 20 years of the Past President's Council, which was a great thing to put forth 20 years ago. So thank you for that. Next one is the introduction of our MOA board members. They work really hard. Just a little history on that. Over 100 years ago, a handful of osteopathic physicians in Maine created a statewide society called the Maine Osteopathic Association. Their goals were to create an organization dedicated to improving their medical skills, advocate for legal practice rights, and cultivate professional fellowship. Today, more than 1,000 DOs in the state of Maine, there are DOs in the state of Maine. They enjoy equal practice rights and a reputation built on this solid foundation. Our board members are integral in continuing this legacy. At this time, I ask that the board members and attendants please stand and be recognized. Please stand, please, board members. Give them a hand, all right. Good job. I'd also like to recognize a board member just elected at our business meeting this morning, Brianna Glenn, DO. Please stand up, Brianna. Hey, there you are, all right, great. Got some new blood, all right, thank you. Thank you for joining. She's rolling up her sleeves and gonna do some hard work for us, so great. We also have some student volunteers. These people are great. This year, the MOA staff sent out a call for student volunteers to all Unicom students, and we were overwhelmed by the enthusiastic response. We'd like to thank all the students who volunteered their time this weekend, and we hope that they enjoy their experience. And there they are. Max Russell, Jared Erb, Marion Malloyan, Isabel Smith, Tristan Chambers, Hunter Williams, Samantha Fields, and Hannah Galigas. Give it up for them. Give them a hand. All right. Thank you. And I think Max is our new student board member. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. So Max Russell, our new student board member, he's doing a bang-up job. So thank you, Max. Okay. We gonna take a quick break. In 5. You tell me one thing. Take 5. We're gonna take 5. All right. Enjoy your salads and your chocolates and whatever else. And I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Yeah, have to put up with Dave again. Oh boy. Okay, we're going to slide into the service awards, and Amanda, be ready for that. Each year, the MOA recognizes physicians for the years of dedication and loyalty to profession and the patients of the great state of Maine. Service pins are awarded to MOA members based upon their first date of DO licensure in Maine. Starting with 20 years of service and proceeding in 5-year increments, I'll read aloud the list of award recipients. I ask that the recipients stand to be recognized as MOA staff deliver your service pins. Please hold your applause until the end of each group. So, for 20 years, we have Christopher Frothingham, DO, Dmitry Oplinsky, DO, Michaela Clark Kelly, DO, Leslie Gass, DO, Michael Gilmore, DO, Meredith Norris, DO, and David Keller, DO. Let's give a hand for the 20 years. And you can stand if you're here. Anybody in the 20 years stand? All right. Okay. Maybe a lot of them are on Zoom. So. The next one is 25 years. 25 years of service. Well, let's get the next slide. Oh, that's 30. We need 25. There we go. Great. Thank you. Elizabeth Pierce, DO. Diane Kistler, DO. Michael Patnod, DO. James Paisanai, DO. Neville Seltzer, DO. Keelan Wu, DO. Stephen Fetter, DO. Jeffrey Ray, DO. Ralph Thiem, DO. Adele Carroll, DO. Lisa Clark, DO. And Kathleen Tebow, DO. All stand, please, for them. And give them a hand. If they're here, please stand up. Hey, Adele. All right. Adele came from all the way from way up in Maine. Where's that? Eagle Lake. Well, thank you for coming. See her on the Zoom calls. She's on the legislative committee. What a great person. All right. Now we have 30 years. We've got 3 for that. We have for 30 years of service, Richard DeCarolis, DO, T. Kevin Finley, DO, and Michael Hartstein, DO. Please stand and give them a big round of applause. I first met Dr. Finley for lunch yesterday. I had a great time. So, wonderful people. 35 years. I think we need to get that forward. One more. Great. Okay, for 35 years of service, we have Jane Glass, DO, Timothy Kingsbury, DO, Lorraine Parody, DO, Sam Knoffel, DO, Eric Steele, DO, and David Rio, DO. Have them all stand and give them a round of applause. Great. And Eric Steele, you know, is president of the Maine Medical Association. And I went up for their last event and met Dr. Steele. He's doing a wonderful job for the Maine Medical Association. Okay, for 40 years. Can you advance the slide, please? There we go. Okay, we have 2 people for 40 years of service. We have Richard Littlefield, DO, and John Padavano, DO. Please stand up and give them a round of applause. Thank you so much for 40 years of service. Fantastic. Great. All right. Okay, we got someone standing? We'll get them their service pin. Great. Sure. All the people who got service pins that are here will do a group photo after we're done this part of the presentation. Does that sound good, Amanda? Yeah. Great. Okay. Okay, for 45 years of service, we have Kamlish Bakpai, DO, and Martha Freiberg, DO. Stand up, please, and give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, now for 50 years of service, we have James Eshelman, DL. Let's give it up for him. All right, stand up, sir. Come on up here and get your pin. Would you like to say a few words, sir? Please. Sure.
Not bad for 50 years, you know? I part my hair in the middle now, and I was trying to grow a mullet like my grandson did, but I couldn't do it. When I put on my white coat, I look like Emmett Brown from Back to the Future. So. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. It is amazing how quickly 50 years have passed. This is my 50 years of practicing osteopathic primary care. I would like to introduce my family members who were able to attend today, my son Ed and his wife, my daughter Michelle and her husband Edmund, my daughter Christine and her husband Scott, who is not able to attend today, my daughter Catherine and her husband John. With them are Emily and James, two of my grandchildren. Having reached this milestone in my career, I am grateful for the support and assistance of a host of people, patients, employees, colleagues, friends, and family. I would like also very especially to thank my wife Louise for her unfailing support over the years, and all the middle of the night phone calls, interrupted meals, and family events and holidays. Okay. Over the years, I've had the pleasure of been very active in the MOA, a past president, a past MOA board member, and participant in many committees. It has been a privilege to know, work with, and support other osteopathic physicians, Roswell Bates, Harry Aldridge, Chet Skutsky, Steve Weisberger, Louis Hansen, Art Vanderberg, Boyd Boozer, Iris Stockwell, Steve Shannon, Artis Connor, Jim Donahue, and the list goes on and on. Over the years, I would like to think that I have helped people in an effective and positive way to improve their health and their lives, despite those that didn't want help. I had one patient who blamed me for saving his life. Go figure. I am fortunate to have had the opportunity and privilege to be an osteopathic primary care physician for 50 years. I feel good about this, and maybe I'll be back for the 55-year pin? Who knows? Thank you.
Sure. The Service Awards, come on to the front and we'll get a group photo. Please. Thank you.
Anybody interested in a photo? Come on up.
Come on up, please. Don't be shy. Can I be in it? Sure. Yes.
We all fit?
As a presenter?
We're all here? All right. We usually forget the photo, so this is good.
All right.
We did it. But I called James
All right, give it up for him. All right, thank you so much. Make him happy. All right. It's interesting, Dr. Eshelman mentioned a little anecdote about a patient being unhappy because he saved his life. That actually happened to me also when I was an intern over at OHM, Osteopathic Hospital of Maine. I coded someone in the special care unit, and he woke up and he said, "You disturbed my sleep." He was in VFib. I said, "Oh, we're sorry, sir. Go back to sleep." Those things actually happen. All right. Amanda, there you are. All right. You're coming. All right. I'll call Dr. Diefendorfer up in just a second. So we're going to move into the awards, the actual, the 5 awards that the MOA gives out. The first one is the Young Physician of the Year Award. This award is given to a DO who has been in practice for at least 1 full year and not more than 5 years. The award is given to a physician who has already demonstrated involvement as a practitioner and member of his or her community, who also demonstrated the potential to become a major force in osteopathic medicine in the future. I'd like to have Dr. Diefendorfer come up, please, and present this. There you are. Yeah, right. And a bang-up job on the program committee, John. Do you want to use this script here?
Yeah.
See? Just turn the page.
Beautiful. All right. So this year's awardee attended Colby College, graduating in 2006, and then Unicom, graduating in 2017. They were active at Unicom, serving as a student orientation coordinator, involved in leadership of several student clubs, serving as an OMM teaching assistant, all of which earned them a service award from Unicom for their involvement in 2017. They continued their medical training at Maine Dartmouth Family Medicine Residency in Augusta, eventually becoming chief resident. As a researcher and scholar, this physician has also been active in research and scholarly work, contributing to many published articles with a research interest in cystic fibrosis. She has presented nationally several times at the NACFC, the North American Cystic Fibrosis Conference events, and at UNC Chapel Hill. She's been in practice for about 3 years at Maine Dartmouth Family Practice, where she provides full spectrum, which is outpatient, inpatient, and obstetrics. She also teaches medical students and family medicine residents as a faculty member for the Maine Dartmouth Family Medicine Residency Program, where she also serves as the program's director of recruitment. She is truly dedicated to this challenge of bringing kind, good, and smart primary care doctors to Maine. She oversees the whole recruitment and interview process at Maine Dartmouth, which, needless to say, is a huge endeavor. Most impressively, she launched a holistic review of the residency application process to improve the equity in the recruitment process. Colleagues say this physician's dedication to the Maine community is palpable. She recently dedicated herself as the campus physician at Colby College. In addition to this physician's roster of volunteer experience is impressive. She served on the Maine AAFP Board of Directors, in addition to volunteering her time to many other community organizations. All this while being an awesome doctor and teacher. She also is raising 3 incredible little humans. So, yes, this award goes to Dr. Caroline Lefebvre.
All right. It's fun to give out awards, isn't it? All right. Another clap. All right. All right. Thank you. Okay. So let's see. The next slide is, I'll do this one. Sure. Good. Next slide is the Lewis Hansen DO Osteopathic Physician of the Year Award. And a little bit of a history about Lewis Hansen DO. As many of you know, many years ago, we renamed this award in memory of Lewis Hansen DO. Dr. Hansen left us all too soon, and it was only fitting that we recognize his contributions to the profession by naming one of our most prestigious awards in his memory. And Dr. Hansen, he was an attending while I was an intern over there at OHM, and what a wonderful man and what a wonderful physician, and I miss him very much. He actually came up to me one time at one of these meetings and said, "Dave, why don't you get on the MOA board?" I said, "Well, yeah, maybe." And here I am. Anyway. So you never know. The Physician of the Year Award is presented to a DO who has demonstrated a high quality of practice, a compassionate interest in patients, and a commitment to his or her community. About our 2023 recipient, this year's award certainly demonstrates a high quality of practice, a compassionate interest in patients, and a commitment to serving their community in addition to recognizing and championing what patients need most. This DO is a second-generation osteopath whose father, Hans Waker, DO, practiced in Portland for many years. A graduate of Brown University and the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. That's my school, so all right. Completed family practice residency at Maine Dartmouth Family Practice and later taught students there and at the University of New England College of Osteopathic Medicine. Has practiced family medicine and specialized in osteopathic manipulation since 2001 and has been a private practitioner since 2008. Her practice, called Maine Osteopathic Medicine, opened in 2013 in South Portland as a true family effort with her husband, Jeff, serving as office manager in their Boston Terrier Pesky official greeter and mascot. I don't know if it's named after Johnny Pesky? No, I don't know. Not sure. Her contributions to the Maine osteopathic profession and community are many. Countless years on the MOA Board of Directors from 2013 all the way to 2022. Served as a Maine delegate to the AOA House of Delegates. And most recently, this DO has become a fierce advocate for private practice physicians and OMM private practitioners in general, serving as chair, and this is very important, chair of the MOA's Payer PA, now it's called the Medical Economics Committee, from 2019 to 2022. She served as MOA's representative to the CMS Advisory Committee for our jurisdiction, advocated for fair reimbursement and billing practices for osteopathic physicians with numerous insurance carriers, participating in media interviews and countless meetings to represent MOA members. Her efforts to ensure that patients' access to OMT will benefit Maine DOs for years to come, and we know that her advocacy work continues on this front. I have a sneaking suspicion you know who this is. The award goes to Dr. Collins, Stephanie W. Collins, DO. She couldn't make it here today. She's joining us on Zoom, and she did leave a statement that I'm going to read to you. This is from Dr. Collins. These are her very words. It has been a tremendous honor to work with the dedicated physicians with the medical economics team, including Drs. Boozer, Benezra, Managalim, Coughlin, Forbush, Case, and our best advocates, Angela Westhoff and Executive Director Amanda Mahan, got it right? Who has risen to the task with some deep dives into the history of these battles. Many thanks to the MOA and the family of physicians, staff, patients, and supporters for being potential models, representing the possibilities of being the best osteopathic physician one can be. I am deeply moved by this recognition. So let's give her a hand. It's Dr. Collins. God bless you, Dr. Collins. I don't know.
She's on Zoom. We'll say hi.
Really? We'll
Congrats, Dr. Collins, if you're here on Zoom with us virtually.
Okay, I get that. All right. All right, our next award is the Bates Award. This is an award presenting for outstanding achievement in public health, political, or community service that enhances and demonstrates the osteopathic profession's commitment to service above and beyond that of direct patient care. And I'm going to bring up Dr. Bruce Bates, please. He's going to help. Oh, there he is. This award is named after Roswell P. Bates, DO, a prominent figure in osteopathic medicine in Maine. And Dr. Bates is going to take it from here. Go ahead, sir.
So you heard from the president of the AOA and the president of the ACOFP about the need to engage. You've also heard two presentations of awards just before this in which service and engagement were clearly demonstrated. The Roswell P. Bates DO Public Service Award reflects my father's deeply held belief in those principles of engagement and service. He was proud to be a physician, especially an osteopathic physician. Always reminded my brother, a dentist, and me that such a position was an earned privilege entrusted by patients and community with a duty and an honor and the need to repay that trust through service. We don't have the other slide? Oh, dear. Anyway, if the slide I thought was going to be up there was there, you would see this litany of services from Speaker of the House of Representatives to a delegate to the AOA to chairman of the New England Board of Higher Education to chairman of the New England Foundation of Osteopathic Medicine, the founding organization, but also a founder of the then Bangor Osteopathic Hospital and a founder of the Church of Universal Fellowship in Orono. This demonstrates only some of the things that he did and things like you can do to be of service to your community, your profession, in your professional and personal lives. I urge each of you to seek a way to engage in such a manner. This year's recipient is well known to all of you. He made the mistake of attending Bates College, and I don't know if that portended anything, but he's a fellow alumnus of mine from that college. He is said to have committed to a career in osteopathic medicine after meeting a DO family practice bush pilot in Baja, Mexico. He received his DO degree from what today is the Kansas City University College of Osteopathic Medicine, and upon completing his internal medicine residency, moved to Peaks Island and provided primary care there into the islands of Casco Bay, as well as practicing in Portland. He traveled year-round to the island and made hundreds of house calls by boat. He subsequently left for fellowship training in clinical immunology and rheumatology at the University of Pittsburgh, and then returned to Maine to practice. For more than 3 decades, he commuted year-round by boat from Peaks Island to the mainland. He is an accomplished writer and researcher with publications in peer-reviewed journals and the popular press. His book, Go by Boat, chronicles his time on Peaks and demonstrates his commitment to health and service to the communities. And it's also resulted in a second book about his special experiences. He is founder and medical director for the Maine African Partnership for Social Justice and regularly travels to a UN settlement in Uganda where he partners with refugee groups in innovative public health programs. He has dedicated himself to medical education, teaching at UNECOM, and presenting at MOA events. Let it also be known that this was all made possible because of the support and dedication of his wife, Sandy. For the reasons cited and many more that we have probably neglected to include, we are very proud to recognize Chuck Radis as the as a Roswell P. Bates DO Public Service Award recipient.
I just wanted to say hello to my wife. It's our 45th anniversary today. There she is out there. So thank you.
And thank you, Bruce, very much. I did have a suggestion for Dr. Radis. I don't know if he remembers this, but his book is fantastic, The Go by Boat. I said, it'd make a great Netflix series. So I don't know if he's going to pick up on that, but I think it'd be great. Okay, the next one is the Sandra Featherman. Yeah. And Dr. Boozer. Okay, just one second. Okay, so the next award is the Featherman Award. It's the Sandra Featherman PhD Osteopathic Champion Award. This award from the Maine Osteopathic Association Board of Directors is one that honors an osteopathic physician and or friend of the osteopathic profession who has made a recent outstanding and significant contribution to the osteopathic profession in Maine. It was renamed in 2019 to acknowledge Sandra Featherman, PhD, President Emeritus of Unicom and a true osteopathic champion. So I'd like to bring up Dr. Boozer to read the citation. Would you like to read, or do you have your own?
I got it.
Okay.
Thank you, David. So many of us remember Dr. Featherman, and she is no longer with us, sadly, but during her tenure here at the University of New England, she was a solid supporter of the osteopathic profession. She attended here our June convention at the Samoset reliably. She was a regular attendee at the Southern Maine Osteopathic Group, and she treated our College of Osteopathic Medicine in her role as president of UNE. She treated the College of Osteopathic Medicine with great reverence and respect. And those of us who worked with her, even though she sometimes seemed hard, she was always very fair, and she recognized the importance of this college. And so it's very fitting that she has this award named after her. This year's recipient is what you might call a self-made man. Growing up in the Hell's Kitchen neighborhood of New York City, before moving with his family to Portland, he applied the lessons he learned throughout his life from mentors in business and the military to develop a career in commercial real estate. He is a natural connection, a problem solver, a natural connector, a problem solver, and a generous soul. Members of the osteopathic medicine community first discovered this when he became friends with several osteopathic physicians at OHM in Brighton, on Brighton Avenue in Portland. He constructed and renovated many of the Forest Avenue medical offices for friends that we all might remember, Tom Babonas, John Eslinger, Charlie Hogue, Jerry Cole, Carlene Dam, and Martha Freiberg. When Maine's only medical school and the only osteopathic medical school in New England moved to Biddeford, was established in Biddeford in 1978, he was living across the river in Camp Ellis. Many of his friends from OHM were concerned with the school, so he became familiar with the campus and the students, even hosting a graduation party for the first class of Unicom graduates in 1982. His support at the University of New England has been generous and varied, the most notable being his donation of Ram Island. His ongoing support of UNE has been recognized on both the Biddeford and Portland campuses with a Marine Science Center and Innovation Hall named in his family name. His wife is a champion in her own right and currently serves on the UNE Board of Trustees as the university makes a transformational investment in healthcare education. With construction of the new home for the College of Osteopathic Medicine and the Harold and Bibby Alphons Center for Health Sciences connected to the aforementioned Innovation Hall, UNE both establishes its Portland campus as a premier interprofessional healthcare education campus, and forever ties the family name with osteopathic medicine in Maine. For literally building the foundation for osteopathic medicine practices in Maine with the talent, skills, and friendship, the Maine Osteopathic Association is honored to recognize our friends, Arthur and Fran Gerard, as this year's recipients of the Sandra Featherman DO Osteopathic Champion Award. Unfortunately, Art and Fran were not able to be with us for today's ceremony, but we look forward to presenting them with this award in person very soon. Please give them a warm round of applause.
Great people, great people. I was head of the nominating committee for the awards, and it was great to have Dr. Boozer on the committee because he gave us the historical information for this Featherman Award, so I want to thank Boyd so much for that. Our next one, oh, you picture me up there. The next one is the MOA Distinguished Service Award. This is the highest honor that the MOA can bestow upon an individual. This award is presented to a DO who has made an immediate significant contribution to the osteopathic profession through a major endeavor for the good of the profession and society, and has made a major impact on the osteopathic profession and society over the course of his or her career. 20 years ago to the day, practically, my own father got this award, Nicholas C. Scascia DO, so it really is touching. So I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Boozer. He's going to read the citation. You can start right here, sir, and
Thank you.
see where it is. Yep.
Okay. All right. I know this guy. We all know him. He graduated from PCOM in 1972 and completed his internship at OHM, alongside classmates Artis Connor and Jim Donahue. Jim, nice to see you here. He began a family practice in Norway, South Paris, Maine, and practiced there for more than 4 decades, and a majority of that time as a solo doc. He served as medical director for several local nursing homes for more than 40 years, also served as a Tufts medical student preceptor for 9 years. After a short retirement, very short, like maybe 3 weeks, he joined Calais Community Hospital Family Medicine in 2020 and continues to practice there 2 to 3 days per week. This physician, obviously well known in the MOA community, has served the profession in many capacities. Has been a member since 1972, was president from 1995 to 1997, and served, even came back on the board for a short stint in 2016. His legacy at MOA includes championing the resurgence of the association's legislative activities. Worked diligently to ensure that Maine DOs were not unfairly discriminated against in various hospital settings for their credentials. He served as a Maine delegate to the AOA House of Delegates from 1998 to shortly after 2000. He was the first DO appointed to serve on the Maine Medical Assessment Foundation Board of Directors, an organization committed to the continuous research for quality patient care. He's so good. We gave this award to him before, and now 50 years celebrating, we think he deserves it again. So this year's MOA Distinguished Service Award goes to Dr. Jim Eshelman.
Okay, well, so this, yeah. Okay, you, okay.
All right. Now I know we're short on time, so I'll be brief, but it's become a tradition of sorts to honor our board members terming off the board, especially after as long as 10 years. So I want to take a moment to recognize Dr. Scatia, who has been on the board since 2013. He served as president during COVID, a very difficult time, and we've worked together ever since I've been at the MOA. So it's a great honor to wish you well, I guess, in leaving us, although I have a feeling he'll stick around. But I do have a special gift that has been approved by your executive committee. So we would like to, in your name, make a donation to the MOEF, $250, in honor of Dr. Scatia and his service. And we have a lovely little award, too. And a nice little gift.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Nice block. Yeah, we'll just... Thank you for that. And as you know, the MOEF does great work, so please contribute to that. Just a quick statement from me. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful for the trust that you put in me to serve on the MOA Board of Directors and later to lead this wonderful organization. I'd like to thank all of the past presidents of the MOA for their support, particularly the ones who had served during my BOD tenure, including Drs. Forbush, Gouldsborough, Norris, and Kaufman. Your support has been incredible. I'd also like to thank our current MOA administrative staff, Executive Director Amanda, I was going to say Richards, okay, Amanda Mahan, okay, and Operations and Membership Coordinator Madison Purdy, and also a special shout out to our previous Executive Director Angela Westhoff, who had encouraged me to join the board back in 2013. And I also like to thank the entire MOA Board of Directors for their incredible work on our 7 MOA committees. Call to action. Please think about serving on one of our committees. It's a way to get your foot in the door and kick the tires and see if you want to be a full board member. And I would be remiss if I did not thank my wonderful wife Terry for her incredible support, and also my daughter Jill. Yeah, you bet. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to serve the Maine osteopathic family and doing what I love. Thank you so much. And our next segment is the installation of our new MOA president. So I'd like to call up Dr. Boozer and Dr. Gelb to deliver the presidential oath of office. Thank you.
Where's the gavel?
Dr. Hermann, would you please join us?
Jodie, congratulations. Dr. Hermann, would you please stand while I read your charge, and then you will be asked to take the official oath of office. You, Jodie Hermann, D.O., have been elected by the members of your association to the high office of president. With this office goes the responsibility for the success of the policies and objectives of the Maine Osteopathic Association. You are charged with the task of providing leadership that will bring your state association before the public, before health officials, educators, legislators, and regulatory agencies. You are charged with the responsibility of naming able committee leadership that will diligently carry out the activities assigned to the committees and successfully developing and promoting the programs of the Maine Osteopathic Association. I know that you will serve your association well and will accept these responsibilities to that end, and you will do the utmost to bring great credit to the osteopathic profession during your term in office. Now, Dr. Hermann, will you please raise your right hand and attest to the oath of office?
Please repeat after me. I hereby swear or affirm
I hereby swear or affirm
that I, Jodie Hermann, D.O.,
that I, Jodie Hermann, D.O.,
will do all in my power
will do all in my power
to uphold the bylaws of the Maine Osteopathic Association,
to uphold the bylaws of the Maine Osteopathic Association,
that during my term
that during my term
I will carry out all the duties of president
I will carry out all the duties of president
to the best of my
to
abilities,
the best of my abilities,
and that I will deal justly, fairly, and impartially
and I will deal justly, fairly, and impartially
with all matters that come before me.
with all matters that come before me.
This I solemnly pledge.
This I solemnly pledge.
On behalf of the AOA and the Maine Osteopathic Association, it is our pleasure
and privilege
to present you this gavel of authority. Use it well to administer your duties as President of the Maine Osteopathic Association. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Here's your
Thank you,
gavel.
Charlie. It's beautiful, you too.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I now present our friend and colleague, Dr. Jodie Hermann, the President of the Maine Osteopathic Association.
Oh, yeah, come.
Looks like I'm the.
Thank you.
Ready?
Ready?
You ready to go?
Ready.
Okay, it's you now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. So first off, this is quite an honor. I want to thank everybody who is here, who is associated with the Osteopathic Association. This includes all the past people who are not only members but presidents of the organization, the present people, and the people who are of our future. I really want to continue to uphold the reason that the Maine Osteopathic Association was put together over the last 112 years, and not only continue to preserve the actions and the stability that we've provided for our DOs within the state of Maine, but to continue to grow and move into the areas that are present and coming before us. What I would really love to do is not only utilize the people who have the strengths and the vision and the forefront in the areas that they specialize in, but we can work together in order to help each other become more expanded and diverse within our association relative to who we have here with us. So within the state of Maine, I think we have seen a growth of people who were originally more primary care focused, but you can all attest to the fact that you've got friends and or family members or yourself who have diversified from family medicine out into all specialties. So I think it's our responsibility as an organization to continue to support whoever we have within our state in order to bring them to the next level. And that includes walking hand in hand with the Maine Medical Association to take care of the people within the state. So within that, and I know we're short on time, I can't express my gratitude and thankfulness for being brought into this position, and I hope I serve you well. Thank you.
An abrupt ending, but welcome, Dr. Hermann. I'm truly honored to work with you. Can't wait for the next 2 years, and we, all certainly can't wait to see what you do with it. That's going to be great. So remember that we have a reception honoring Dr. Hermann later this evening. I believe it starts at 5:30, but look at your schedule because I don't have it in front of me, to be fair. So it will be in the hallway and in the room next door. And then after that, we will come in here for the comedy show, which kicks off at about 6:15. That's when the doors will open. We are running quite behind, so if I could get all of the awardees up for a photo and then have everyone else filter out of the room, that would be great because we have a session happening at 1:30 and the staff need to clear this room. So we will do our best to let them do that, and thank you so much.